Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. One of our favorite parts of content from last year in FC24 Ultimate Team, and arguably the best SBCs that we had all year last year, might be coming in FC25 earlier than expected. Yes, we're talking about the beloved Exchange SBCs. There's a leak that they could be coming soon, and people are already investing because of it. So there's a lot to discuss there, and there's also, hot off the press, a whole bunch of leaks, guys. We've got pack code for new division rivals rewards potentially coming next week with the new season. We've got an SBC pack that could be coming today as content that's added to the code, and we have leaks for the whole entire promo team that is coming this Friday for FC Pro Live. So we have a lot to discuss, guys. We got to talk about the market as well. I'm still trading. My coins are low at the moment. I think there's decent buys out there as some prices on the market have started to rise from the panic that we had early in the week. If you're excited for the video, drop a thumbs up on it, and of course, subscribe if you're new. Let's look over yesterday's Tuesday content. It was a quiet day. Not a lot going on. Let's be completely honest. It won't take long to discuss this, guys. Firstly, we had the Rush Points objective refresh, the same exact packs, the same stuff. I'll be honest, if you're playing Rush right now, the best mode to play is still the 7-minute dash or 7-minute whatever one it is. That's the one that gives double Rush Points if you have all 90 players in your squad. Yeah, 7-minute dash, that one right there. Get that one in if you want to get those rush objectives done ASAP. But we did have a new rush mode dropped yesterday called Evolve, Adapt, Overcome, and it's basically meant for using evolutions. And yeah, it does not give double rush points, but I guess EA is probably seeing that we all like to do our evos, or most of us like to do our evos in rush because it's fun, it's pretty fast, fun in quotes. That's kind of a mode that is meant for that, but there's no new objective alongside of that as well. Yesterday, we just had the same rush objectives there. Maybe there will be a new one soon, but that is a new rush mode that has been dropped. Now, in SBCs yesterday, it was pretty quiet as well. Firstly, we had the Player of the Month, TheFutAccountant, as we thought we were going to have. He's an 81 and an 82 rated squad, so it's dirt cheap. Of course, they require the informs here. That's a little bit unfortunate. The crazy thing about this card is, guys, he plays for a team in League One that is very tough, or at least semi-difficult, to get cards to go into the League upgrade, the World Tour League upgrade, which of course is the new League SBC that you have to do to get the Matisse Tell card. I think people are actually doing this card to put him into the League SBC, which is crazy. But he's virtually free. He's really cheap. If you want to get that one done, you can. It's not that great of a card, but maybe it's one that interests you. Now, we had an 84 times 2 upgrade SBC dropped yesterday as well. The funny thing about this one is, if you take a look at the design on the SBC, it still has the old Trailblazers crest. This is literally a copy-paste, as copy-paste as it gets from the Trailblazers promo. This is the same upgrade pack. 3 84 rated cards required, and then an 83 rated squad in total. So you put in 3 84s, which is honestly a bit annoying, because most times when you open this 84 times 2, what are you going to get back? Probably 2 84s. So you're turning in 2 84s for a hope at a walkout. I opened both of mine yesterday. I'll open them both every day just because it's worth the try. You know, you get a walkout here or there, and at the moment, I'm still in the middle of crafting Puteus. We're getting a couple SBCs done each day, and Rush yesterday got me some more fodder and some actually pretty good packs that I packed a promo card that's not a crazy one, but it went boom straight into my team. If you want to check that out, it was a fun day yesterday. Check out the link above or the second channel upload. But let's talk about what else happened yesterday. Of course, guys, we had the new gameplay patch, which I'm no gameplay pro, but I'll be honest, I didn't notice much of a difference. I was struggling in Rivals after getting my best weekend league record ever. I didn't feel too much of a difference in the gameplay, except for maybe keepers being better. Some people were saying they thought it was better, like spacing-wise, and they thought that, you know, the defensive AI was more spread out. You know, the jury's out, to be honest. The patch just came out, so play a few games if you want to try it, but I didn't see too much of a difference. I don't think it made a big enough difference for me to say, oh yeah, gameplay's great. No, it's definitely not. But that's that. That was dropped yesterday too. And of course, the market, guys. We talked about it extensively yesterday. And actually, some of the prices that we saw yesterday on Tuesday moving into today on Wednesday are starting to go up, right? You saw kind of the end of the panic, and prices kind of reached lows, especially for some of these promo cards in the Trackstars promo, like Adiemi, for one specific example. He's 314,000 coins right now. If you take a look at his graph from yesterday on Tuesday, he was 310, went all the way down in the early hours to 282, and then rose all the way to 339. I actually just picked one of him up at 300,000 coins flat because I thought, wow, if he went to 330, he can probably go there again today at some point, right? So I bought him at 300, hoping he goes back to 330 or maybe even higher. There was another flip that I made yesterday of Salma Parluello. I bought her at 1 million coins flat right around the content drop time. Right here, she was back down. She went all the way back up to 1.1, which is where I sold her. And I also flipped a Chiesa. So I'm starting to notice that cards from this promo team, the Track Stars, and also cards out of packs are starting to just move back up a little bit. I bought a Cole Palmer for 340,000 coins, and I'm listing him up for about 370. It's not a crazy bit of profit there, but it just looks like the market is starting to kind of climb up, and some of those rare out-of-pack special cards are rising a bit. If you want to trade, that's what I would focus on. Out-of-packs cards, middle to low budget. Those cards are selling a lot more. The top tier are not selling as much, but just be careful and remember that prices are most likely going to be going lower next week. Now, let's get into the big news, guys, because we have a lot to discuss news-wise. It was a busy day on Twitter yesterday, or X, with the leaks and the information. Firstly, this is the big one, guys. FIFA Trading Romania quote tweets this guy saying, "Now we just need exchanges," and he hits the eyes emoji. And cryptic tweets, that's pretty common in the scene. And this really means to me, if he's quote tweeting this, I'm taking this as a leak. And if he's saying that this is coming out, then we can kind of look ahead in the future and decipher when this is probably going to be dropping. Black Friday. So next week, when we get into the Black Friday promo with a new season, there's a lot of stuff changing next week. It's going to be the biggest week on this game since the start of the year. It's looking like he's hinting at we are getting the exchanges. So what does that mean? And what are exchanges? If you haven't played, you didn't play last year, or if you forget what the exchanges are for, these were the best SBCs we had last year, in my opinion, because they were out from Team of the Year all the way through the end of the year. It basically allowed you to put in an 85 all the way up to an 89 rated card and get a pack in return. Of course, the most popular one was the 89 rated overall duplicate exchange, where you got 51 players back, 14 of them rare. Now, again, the fact that this is leaked to be coming this early in the game cycle is kind of crazy. I think EA know that we love these cards, but also these packs were like really, if you drop that pack right now for an 89, that's a pretty good pack. And that's why people are already assuming that the same packs are going to be coming out for exchanges, and you're seeing the price of 89s go up. 89s were 18,000 coins yesterday. People started investing after this leak. Now they're up to 20, some of them even hitting 21,000 coins. That is a very popular investment people were making. I don't know if 88s went up that much. I mean, a little bit. It looks like they were maybe at like 13, 14 and went up to almost 15K. So not a big rise, but it's obvious that people are investing in that because of this leak, because the prices started going up right after this leak was posted. Now, to be honest, do I think this is actually a good investment? And do I think these exchanges, are they going to be the exact same as they were in previous years? To be honest, since it's coming out, I have two questions. The first question is, will these exchange packs be the same packs? I mean, these packs were released at Team of the Year time. It was later in the year. You know, EA released bigger packs as we go throughout the year. I'm worried that EA will maybe limit the packs. Instead of an 89 overall dupe exchange, maybe they won't put 51 players in it. Maybe they won't even release an 89 exchange or an 88 exchange and only do 85, 86, or 87. I think we have to keep that in our minds and maybe temper our expectations a little bit. I don't think the exchanges are going to be the exact same, even though last year they were all the exact same from when they were released until the end. The second question I have is EA going to limit the number of times that we can do these exchange SBCs since it's early in the game? I know nobody wants to hear this. Nobody wants to think about it, but guys, it's EA we're talking about here. And since they are maybe releasing them early this year during Black Friday, I think they're going to somehow limit the exchanges, either limit how good the pack is or limit how many times we can do it. That'd be the obvious way that they could change this. So would I invest right now in fodder for exchanges? I wouldn't. Do I think exchanges would really hurt the market? I don't necessarily think it would make the market crash either. Sure, if you have people that are going out and buying 89 rated cards because they expect the 89 rated exchange pack to still give back 51 players, can you imagine how fun it would be right now if you could open exchange packs, get all those gold commons, and rinse those gold commons into the 77 plus player pick? That is the menu grind that we figured out and actually had last year because of the exchange packs. There was always a menu grind when the exchange packs were out, and that is kind of what I think a lot of us would like to see on this game. And I don't think maybe we expected to see exchanges until Team of the Year. So this is a little bit of a surprise, the fact that we even have this leak, right? Because I don't think we were expecting to see it until later on in the year, but that would be a huge change for the menus, and it would make fodder so much more obtainable. Instead of having to just play the game for the rewards or get packs from rewards, you could literally just grind exchanges, get a couple of packs from objectives. Let's say you pack an 85, 86, 87, or an 88, and there's not a player SBC that you want to do. You go chuck that card into an exchange, boom, you just got a whole bunch of gold commons and rares, and you open a pack which had maybe a slight chance of packing another decent player, and then you can at least put that fodder into other SBCs, grind the player picks, which turns into more fodder. It's just an endless cycle of crafting, and that is what we loved about those SBCs last year. So the only thing that I have to question about that now is, when are we going to actually see the packs added to the code? Unless they were added to the code at the beginning of the year already, you know, we would expect to see a tweet like we often see for pack code being added, that, like, you know, 51 players pack 14 rare added to the code. That's kind of what we're looking for next, for the next set of confirmation on the fact that exchanges could be back. I'm super excited for this. I hope that EA don't, you know, hurt and kill the vibe with exchanges, because again, the precedent was set here. It was set very high last year. Let's hope this year exchanges are great as well, even if they come out early and a little bit different. Now, speaking of pack code, that's the next leaks and information that we have to look at, guys, because there's nothing in here about exchanges and guaranteeing those coming out soon. But this looks like EA was doing some preparation for next week in some of the packs that they added here, specifically these packs: 80 plus times 40, 80 plus times 75, and an 80 plus times 75 right there. That is a crazy pack, and it kind of reminded me of something. We already have some times 40, times 50, and times 75 packs. If you go and take a look at Division Rivals Rewards, now I'm going to go to the Elite Division here because this is where the biggest packs are, right? If you go to the upgraded rewards, there's a 75 times 50 and a 75 times 75. Now, the most logical explanation for why these packs are being added to the code is they are the new Division Rivals rewards that will be coming with the next season. This is one thing that EA said at the beginning of the year they wanted to do more, was refresh Division Rivals and FUT Champs rewards throughout the year to keep it fresh, to keep it exciting and stuff like that. This might be them doing it. It seems like a huge boost though. Like, can you imagine, or maybe if you've got those rewards before, like a 75 times 50, how many of those 50 cards are actually between 75 to 80 rated? Take all of those out, and now you only have 80 plus cards. That's going to be some pretty crazy packs. You're going to have, you could probably count on one hand maybe the number of walkouts, maybe two, maybe you could get like 10 walkouts. You have to get really, really lucky on that. But that's a really crazy pack right there, and potential for fodder, potential for promo cards. That would bring a lot of extra hype for getting those rewards each and every week. So I think those times 40, 50, and 75 packs are related to Division Rivals rewards. Also in here you see 2 new icon packs, an 87 plus base icon pack. So that would be an uncapped icon pack, the first one of the year. I think that's also a part of Division Rivals rewards, or FUT Champs rewards rather. Remember how there's an icon pack in FUT Champs rewards right now that is just a base icon pack? It doesn't seem like much of a boost, to be completely honest, because if you take out the 86 rated icons, you'd be taking out like Essien, but you'd be taking out some like really low ones too. I think Essien might be the best 86 rated icon. So you have the base icon pack here. I think that might be EA's upgrade to the new season inside of those rewards. Not that big of an upgrade. You have an 84 times 25 as well, which I think would be a part of the FUT Champs rewards, maybe tradable inside of FUT Champs. And then you have in here a max 90 base icon pack. And guys, this one, of course, has SBC written all over it. We've had now twice the max 88 icon SBC. We've had an uncapped hero SBC, but the fact that this max 90 has been added to the code makes me think this will be an icon pack that gets dropped this Sunday on this game, and it's going to be a ploy by EA Sports to try to get us to spend our fodder before Black Friday. They do this with good SBCs. I would expect, guys, decent SBCs from now, especially for icon packs, from now until Black Friday starts, because they will want to try to get all of our clubs cleaned out of fodder as much as they can so that when we go into Black Friday, we have nothing and then we're tempted to buy packs. Just expect that. That's going to be coming. That's how it works every single year. I know we haven't had too crazy of player SBCs recently, and I've even said I'm doing the Puteus because there's nothing super great that's out. I'm hoping to get this done so that when I can start opening packs again, I can start filling up my club, and there's no way I'm touching this Max 90 base icon pack, even if it's a good price, before Black Friday, because of all the content that's going to be coming out then. It's probably not going to be worth your fodder. I'm just telling you this right now. Yes, it's going to be tempting. Even if it's a good price, it's probably going to be a good price because EA wants us to spend our fodder on it, but you'll be further ahead in the long run unless you have a lot of coins and just want to send it. That's fine too, but you'll be ahead if you save your fodder. So that's something to watch out for. And also down here at the bottom, you'll notice RTTK, Total Rush, and Trailblazers pack. This is a party bag pack that I'm expecting to drop today on this game, kind of this week's version of the party bag. We've been having those sorts of upgrade packs every single week on Wednesday, and of course, Trailblazers being added to it adds in some pretty big cards. You got Vinny Jr., I would love to pack Pulisic. I'd love a chance at that, right? Marcus Llorente. Who else do you have in here? Lucy Bronze, that one's not that great. Hemp. There's a lot of cards from this Trailblazers team that are still meta enough to work into our teams. Bastoni, we had Holland, we had the Gabrielle card that was released in here, right? So with those cards being kind of some heavy hitters and a bit more expensive, I would imagine that this upgrade pack could be a bit more expensive. So if you're going to try to invest for this one, 83s, 84s, and 85s, I think would be the play if you're going to try to make a quick short-term fodder investment today in any sort of realm. That's where I would be looking, because I could see EA making this a bit more expensive because, of course, that is a pack code which could contain some bigger players in it. So that's something to watch out for. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. Now, let's move into the leaks a little bit more. This was what I was not expecting, guys. We have the whole entire promo Friday, which we haven't even talked about that much yet, that FC Pro Live is upcoming this Friday as the next promo. We have the full team leaked. Yeah, it started yesterday, a couple hours after content, and now we have the entire squad of players that has been leaked. Now, we're going to discuss this in depth more this week later on, especially as we get more leaks. We're starting to figure out too, like, what players kind of coincide with what FC pros, because again, the point of this promo is pro player plays in a tournament, they win, their card gets upgraded, because each player card connects with a pro player, and how that pro player does in this FIFA FC tournament, that player gets upgraded. And the upgrade path, there's a lot of potential upgrades here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 5? Wait, 1? Can I count? 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 opportunities to get the card an overall upgrade. You've got skill move, weak foot boost, roll pluses, alternate positions added, and more of that at the end. Whoever goes all the way to the end is going to end up being a really cracked out card. But of course, just like the road to the knockouts, these upgrades are going to take place over a really long period of time. I think last year, this Van de Boomen card is who ended up winning, and I actually had packed him or done his SBC, whatever it was, however he was obtainable. I had this card, and by the end, he was usable, and it was kind of nice to have this card. His links weren't the greatest, but it was a nice one. So live cards always have hype. We will be there to invest in these. Maybe not during Black Friday, but potentially after Black Friday or on that Black Friday weekend. These could be incredible investments. Last year they were. This year they're going to be good again. It's always risky to try to invest in some of this and time it, but there's huge profits in live cards for sure. And again, you look at some of the names that are in here. You've got Kareem Benzema, Osimhen, Gravenberch, Javi Simons, Gabriel Jesus, a couple of other names. Ake, another Prem center back. He's going to be in this promo team as well. These are predicted stats for all of these cards. Tex, I believe, is going to be Ake's pro player, if I remember that correctly. You have to double check me on that one. But Bino Gittins is going to be Stingray Jr. That's going to be his card. And Fuma is going to have Rusilian, which is actually why, if you see my transfer list, I just sold my Grimaldos, because if we're getting a Rusilian card, this Grimaldo, I guess, has competition now for probably a cheap budget left back in the Bundesliga. So it's a huge name of players that is leaked. You've got Kadioglu in there. You've got Amrabat, Wout Weghorst, Fabio Carvalho, Sasha Bowie from Bayern, Ezekiel Palacios, Forsberg and now in the MLS, Insigne, Oxlade-Chamberlain's in there. So there's going to be a lot of conversation about that later on this week. But this promo has a reputation for not being very good, and it could be that way again. So we're going to discuss that more later on in the week, and maybe as we get some more news and information on maybe who the SBC player is or what pros are linked with what specific cards, we'll be able to talk about that more. I wouldn't say it's on the forefront of our minds right now because it's not going to impact too much in the next couple of days. I mean, really, Black Friday, in my opinion, is more hyped than that promo at the moment, but that's something that is on the horizon and that is upcoming. I would not save packs for that. I would still open your packs right now for track stars, or if you really want to save, I know some people already who are starting to build up pack saves for Black Friday. Now, let's just move into what's happening today. That's all the news and information. What's happening today, guys? Well, as we already mentioned, I'm expecting the party bag pack to be dropping today. And again, I think it's going to be a bit more expensive than the other one that we had. So 83s, 4s, and 5s, maybe even a shout for 86s if you want to try to invest in that fodder, or just make sure that you have enough of it if that's a pack SBC-wise that you would want to get done today. Personally, I really want to get that one done, so I might have to go pick up a couple of 84s, 85s, or maybe some 86s, just so to have something in the club to do that SBC today. I would imagine that that's going to be dropping. Now, the last thing I'd say is, if there's any panic on these cards today, like let's say Gabriel, right? Let's say, oh my goodness, people see that the Trailblazers are going to be in this pack and they start panic selling Gabriel. Like if he goes from 250K down to like, I don't know, 230 or lower than that. If there's any panic on these meta cards that are probably not going to be packed very much from this upgrade pack today, that will be a great opportunity to probably buy in the panic, as these cards will not be supplied. This pack is untradeable, right? They're not going to be put on the market if somebody packs Llorente today, and he's probably not going to get packed very much, but those cards could drop and then rise back up after they get panic sold. That's a very common thing that we see, so definitely keep an eye on the Trailblazer Team 1 and Team 2 cards to buy into the panic today and maybe sell into tomorrow, maybe even after Rivals Rewards on Thursday, as they could go up a bit more. So definitely watch out for that. And then more leaks, actually, we have to discuss. We have 2 Trackstar SBCs left to come, which we only have 2 days left of this promo. So you'd expect one to be today and one to be tomorrow, unless they're both going to be dropped in the same day. Both are Serie A. Francisco Coensao from Juventus and Zambo Anguissa. And actually, this Zambo Anguissa card, I know that we've got Thuram. A lot of us are still using Thuram as a CDM in our squads. But this guy, I think I played against him in some other, like, it was a friendly mode or somebody in Rivals had him, and he was kind of a beast. He's got the hair trait, 3-star, 3-star. He has got holding playmaker plus, but he just kind of has, he's got insane strength stats in game and physical stats. But I don't know, I just noticed him big time. Playstyle wise, he's got intercept, anticipate, block, and relentless on his gold card. So I think this SBC actually has potential. Tougher to link though, maybe with the nationality. Watch out for the Cameroon managers. I bet they're already up in price. And then for this Francisco SBC too, we'll have to see what he looks like when he gets dropped. But those are 2 SBCs potentially coming, both Serie A. So again, sometimes you see that, you imagine, are they going to somehow combine them both and drop them on the same day? We'll be watching out for that today too. Other stuff, what comes on Wednesdays always, right? The brand new Team of the Week. Team of the Week 10 is going to feature some international Team of the Week standouts. Cristiano Ronaldo is going to be getting a card today. Now, specifically for Ronaldo and Haaland, they both have other special cards, and I think the special cards that they have are going to end up being better than their Team of the Weeks. Just keep that in your mind, especially for Ronaldo, right? He's an 86 rated card. That means his inform should be an 87. This one got the huge boost from his gold card, so I would imagine that his inform today is going to be a lot cheaper than this card, which could make this one drop because the inform's cheaper and people can, use a similar version, but would be lesser in stats. That's just something to watch out for today with that card. But again, you've got Haaland. Patrick Guijarro is coming today as a Team of the Week card. Tonali, Dumfries, Brahim Diaz, and a full list of Team of the Week players will be coming today too, so watch out for that, of course. And the last thing to look at is probably going to be an Evo today. We did not have an Evo yesterday, and there's rumors floating around that there might be a center back Evo. And these are rumors. I wouldn't even say that it's a leak, guys. But if you're looking at the market and seeing players like this Lacroix, like if you take a look at his graph yesterday, he went from 32K up to 38. He's still high 30s, mid 30s at the moment. It is leaked that there's an Evo coming. Again, I say the word leaked, but not from a super credible source. There's just rumors swirling about that. But that's something to watch out for. If there is a good center back Evo today, I think there was even the name Van de Ven was mentioned that he would fit the Evo. So if any of that were to happen, you guys know what happens when there's somebody that fits an Evo that's really meta, that's really hyped. You see the price for that player go up, and it could hurt other center backs on the market. So a lot of what ifs surrounding that for sure, and no guarantees, but that is something to definitely consider today. But market wise, you can see I'm trading right now, boys. I bought a Yaya Toure, I bought a Myra Ramirez, Oshawala, a Garnacho, because some of these prices, I'm looking on their graphs. This is how I'd be trading right now, right? Garnacho, I bought him at 417K because I knew his prices started to recover and rebound a bit from where the panic selling was on Monday. Monday, he went to 415, went back to 440, and he's been around 420 to 430 with some peaks to 450. But like 415 was the lowest that he got during the panic. And now that he was there again, and his card is just kind of starting to go back up from all that panic, I was like, yo, he's still here 417. I got this on a bit of a snipe. Like, yo, I'm going to pick that up because his price seems to be trending upwards a little bit. And that's kind of all the cards that I have right now. There's the Adiemi that I got at 300, hoping he goes back to 330 today. And I have a couple other quick flips in here as well, like a Hansen, Beckham, Lewandowski, and a Cole Palmer. So I think the market's more healthy than it was on Monday and Tuesday. Some people are now looking at prices and like, yo, I need to qualify for Weekend League. I got to get games in. I might as well buy some cards and then sell them before we get to next week. So if you want to trade though, and I'm not even following my own rule here, but probably trade with the cheaper cards, like less than 200,000 coins, because I think those are selling the best and selling the most as people are trying to work with low budget teams and not risk too much before we actually see Black Friday coming next week. And yeah, but with the promo coming this Friday of the FC Pro Live, it's not that hype, and I think there's a lot of expectation for it to be mid, especially based off the player pool that we have and just what this promo is about. So I think that could actually help prices be moving positively later in this week as well. But we'll talk more about that promo probably tomorrow, and of course into Friday as it will be dropping. But watch out for more leaks today too, because you know Tuesdays and Wednesdays are kind of the big leak days each and every week. So be watching out for that. And of course for the content today, get that fodder if you need it to do the SBC, or if you don't want to spend too much fodder, then just try to craft it through the objective packs. One last shout for the objective packs, guys. The rush packs, I know it's annoying to play this. I did these objectives yesterday. I packed a promo card that went into my team and a really good amount of fodder. So it's luck totally, but it wasn't that many games of rush, especially with the double rush points in the 7-minute dash mode. So again, check that out on the second channel if you want to see that there. And that's going to be the video for me today, guys. Have a great Wednesday. I will see you guys in the stream today. If you enjoyed this one, drop a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, comment down below if you have any questions, and I will see you guys in the Twitch stream today. It's been TheFutAccountant. I will see you there. Peace out.